Welcome back, ladies, to day 2 of the Relationship Reset Challenge, 5 days to rebuilding your emotional connection. I'm Mary Nicole, and today we're focusing on a simple but powerful practice, being happy to see your partner. Oh my gosh, it sounds so simple, but especially after we've been with someone a long time, sometimes we can start taking our partner for granted. The goal here is to cultivate joy and positivity in your interactions with your husband. Now, why is this important? It only takes one person to change the dynamic in a relationship. If there's one thing you remember from this challenge, I want it to be that. It only takes one person to change the dynamic in a relationship. You have the power to create the mood, the vibe, or the context for everything that happens. This determines whether or not your partner feels safe enough, loved, or can open up to you emotionally. Now, I know what you're going to say. This goes both ways, and I agree with you. However, it always takes one of us to start in the relationship, to start doing this. And trust me, after a while, the mirror neurons in the brain start receiving that information and mimicking what it sees. So after a while, your partner will see what you're doing and they will naturally start doing that themselves. Obviously, it would be easier if you guys went to couples therapy and did everything together at the same time, but I know that's not an option for all of you, and that wasn't an option in my case. But trust me, if I can do it, so can you. And when I decided to take ownership of what was going on in the relationship, my role anyways, the first piece of professional advice that I received when I got support was to really look at the vibe I was creating. How do I greet my partner when he walks in the door or when he enters the room or really any circumstance? And what I came to realize is because we were struggling in the relationship at that time, I was really greeting him most of the time with a cold shoulder. I was holding on to resentment and frustration, and he could feel that. And I was just further creating a vibe that was not conducive to us going back to that honeymoon phase in our relationship. But when I started to be very intentional and even strategic with this, things started shifting for us really quick. So let's go over today's activities. Number 1, morning reflection. Let's start our day with a morning reflection. So you're going to begin with a positive affirmation about your husband and your relationship. For example, you might say something like, I am grateful for my husband and the love we share. It can be anything that really resonates with you and that you truly believe from the depths of your heart. This sets a positive tone for the day and reminds you of the good in the relationship. Activity number 2, visualization exercise. So spend a few minutes visualizing the joy that you want to bring into your interactions today. Imagine greeting your husband with a warm smile, a loving hug, or maybe a tender kiss. I want you to affirm this vision by saying it out loud while you're moving. Bring energy, bring motion into it, and bring the sound of your voice also into this exercise. You might want to also diffuse your favorite essential oil at the same time, or grab yourself a warm beverage that you enjoy. Anything to really anchor this in. This is actually a concept taken from neuro-linguistics programming, NLP. I have a whole video on that. Maybe I can link to it in the description below if you want to watch it. But this is a practice or a concept that I use very intentionally in my relationship when I want to take control of my emotions and also take control over I don't like the word control, I shouldn't say control, but when I want to be very intentional about the vibe I'm putting out there. So I'll link to it down here, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. All right, activity number 3, evening greeting. One of the most impactful times of the day is when you and your partner reconnect after a long day. When you see your husband, I want to invite you to greet him with genuine happiness. That visualization exercise that you did, let's start bringing that to life. Let's manifest it. So go in with a warm smile, that heartfelt hug, or loving kiss. Any of those can make a huge difference. And most importantly here, I want to invite you to avoid bringing up any negative topics or complaints immediately when your partner arrives. Instead, this is a time to focus on the positive aspects of your day and really set the foundation of what's going to happen next that evening or for the remainder of the day. This moment of joy can set a positive tone or a solid foundation for the rest of your evening together. Now, another concept I coach women on and teach is the whole idea of remembering your love story. And to help with this exercise, I want to invite you to really remember those feelings in the beginning, right? Like if you need to pump yourself up for this exercise, right? To implement this warm greeting is to start really thinking again about what it is that you felt, those butterflies early on in the relationship, and really getting into that energy when you do your greeting. Remember how happy and excited and giddy you used to feel? Bring that energy back in. It shows him that he's important and that his presence makes you happy. And you know what? It's likely going to make you feel good too. Finally, let's talk about your homework. Write down 3 positive things you noticed about your husband today. Maybe he made you laugh, he helped you with chores, or he simply looked particularly handsome. Reflect on how your positive greeting made you both feel today, and write a short paragraph about this experience. This reflection helps reinforce the positive interaction and allows you to see the impact of your effort. Remember, your joy and positivity are incredibly powerful. By choosing to greet your husband with happiness, you create a loving and supporting environment. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. And if you're struggling in the relationship, there probably haven't been very many seeds planted, or maybe not a lot of watering going on, and that's okay. Each positive interaction is going to be a new seed that will grow into that happy, healthy, thriving relationship that you desire and that you deserve. I'm excited to hear about your experiences and your reflections. Make sure to leave them in the comments below. Share with us. Let's support each other on this journey. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Until then, stay positive and let your joy shine through.